Welcome back to Markets Today. I'm your host, Mbithe Mwema. It is the commencement of a new week of trading at the Nairobi Securities Exchange. What is special about this particular week? Well, we do have the NSE launching the NSE app tomorrow. It's a big thing for the industry as the industry goes digital in as far as investing is concerned. How have we gotten here, and what does this mean for you as an investor in terms of getting access to the Nairobi Securities Exchange and being able to buy and sell shares? That's the question that we are answering today, and we are joined in studio by Mr. Dominic Moutinho. He is a business analyst at African Alliance. He's also part of the technical committee that has been working on bringing investments on the digital platform for a while now. Welcome to the show, Mr. Moutinho.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
All right. What are your sentiments? Are you excited about this launch? What's going on through your mind as you see this come to fruition?
Very, very excited. This has been very incredible journey that we have been seeing and we have been walking. A wonderful feeling of achievement. And yes, the market has been going through wonderful milestones, and I think this is one of those greatest success stories that we can actually tell.
Okay.
And why is it so? We are looking at how this journey has been, and probably we can trace this market from maybe the 50s, where we could, I think, operate from some hotel lobby, and wonderful steps that have been taken ongoing. Think about the open outcry system that we had. Think about when the brokers were allowed to trade from their own offices. And where are we today? We have wonderful systems. We are not just talking about fiber MPLS. We are operating on probably SD networks. We are able now to actually trade from literally anywhere. And this is what we are so excited to be able to launch.
Okay. So what does this mean? Because NSE has had an app before. How is this different? And what does it really mean for you as a retail investor if you're looking to get access to the Securities Exchange?
This is a first and a game changer in this market.
Okay, a game changer.
Exactly. So yes, we've had apps, we have had brokers being able to trade from their offices, but look at this. So the NSE is launching an app, and this is a state-of-the-art app. This will be able to enable investors, and especially retail, to be able to get all the brokers in one place.
Okay.
So this is how it works. You download the app from obviously either Apple or Android.
Okay.
When you get onto the app, that app will have your market stats, which are actually live. It will have analytical data that you can use for obviously informed decision making. And from there, when you go to trade on the NSE, that will now launch you to either a mobile app option, where you'll be able to see all the brokers that have a resident mobile app.
Yes.
And also the online share platform, which is a web-based platform where you can be able to do a lot of things that initially you are not able to do.
Wow. All right. Okay, so let's take a step back and let's start from what has the journey been leading up to this launch?
We have had incredible teams that have been involved in ensuring that everything is taken care of. Talking about security, talking about the functionality that we need to see on this app. This app has wonderful features in terms of, for the first time, now you'll have real market data, real-time market data.
So I can actually see the price of Safaricom, not yesterday's closing price.
Exactly.
Can I be able to see the volumes?
Exactly. You'll be able to see the volumes. You will also be able to see even the market depth. So you can be able to see your order book. Why is this price here and where is it coming from? Wow. How is the trend like? Is it going up? Is it going down? And you can appreciate why real-time data is important, because operating on stale data in this market can be, disastrous. You do not want to have that time lapse between when you're filling a form to take to your broker and when trade actually happens.
Okay.
So here is a question where you see the price and you actually click on that price knowing that it is actually real time.
Okay.
This app will enable you to have round-the-clock access to your trading account.
All right.
This is something that has not been possible in the past.
Please elaborate on that point.
Because right here now, you're able to review anything that you will need to know in your trading account. And this is what I mean. A lot of the times, we in this industry, we see clients coming in, and probably the only thing they want to know is probably their statement. They want to know their cash position. They want to know their transactional details. They want to know what is their holding portfolio. So a client will be able to know real time what actually their account status is. And certainly that will help because it helps in them making a decision. You don't have to call your broker to make a tip just to know if you have cash in your account to be able to transact, or if you have a certain stock, or how your stock is currently valued, because certainly investors want to be able to track the investment and see, if I bought this stock at this time, how is it performing today? Am I making a profit or am I making a loss?
All right.
Something else that is really important, and what we have actually emphasized, is now the direct market access aspect. Investors have always been dependent on someone else to actually transact for them. So you fill a form, you call your broker, your dealer, and they'll be able to do that for you. Here is a question where now, wherever you are, you can be in motion, you can be at home, and sometimes you can be in isolation, and you need to transact. And right there, you have this access. So certainly, this is going to change how we transact at the stock market.
I like the fact that I'm getting direct market access in one way or another. Perhaps then you can walk me through the features. When you say direct market access, when I download the app either on whichever platform, whether it's on my iPhone, whether it's on my Android phone, then I get the app on the phone. When I go and put in an order, am I going direct to the NSE or am I being rerouted to my stockbroker?
Obviously, as the trading rules apply right now, that order is routed via your stockbroker. But the difference is, instead of this long process of you having to take a form or this time lapse, it will go through and it will hit the market directly. So you don't have any lag in time in terms of, I could have traded this at this hour, or I could have taken an advantage of this price. You have that control with you. So you actually own the process. And that's why we are calling this a self-service platform, where you're able to do these things on your own. And talking about that, this speaks to the turnaround time, because turnaround time is very critical for any investor. You do not want to lose any time on an advantage that you could have taken on the changing prices, because they can always change any time. And something else, look at the convenience that this gives you. So you don't have to worry, because you're not dependent on anything or anyone, because virtually you are connected anyway. And the cost, obviously you're moving around, you're calling, you're emailing. That certainly involves some form of cost. And when you save money as an investor, means certainly that you can invest more.
That's true.
And certainly that is some good returns for you as an investor. We have transparency on the account. Sometimes investors have had challenges to even track their investment account. So this is an opportunity where you should be able to transact to track your account, to track your transactions, to be able to follow your order through from when you place it to actually the time when you actually get your contract note. Another feature would be security. Now, I'm passionate about this because a lot of the people I talk to would always be wary about security. Is everything safe? Can I trust this transaction that I'm initiating from some mobile device? Will it be intercepted at some point? So most people are worried about this. And let me just explain this a little bit, because yes, we need to ensure that everyone has the confidence that they need as we go with this launch. Well, true, different firms will employ different measures of security, but let me just try and explain a little bit on the global aspect. So, for instance, someone would ask, as an existing client of the CDSC, I already have a CDSC account, if I need to get onto the online platforms, will it be safe? Will the details, can someone else, for instance, use my details to get in? The good thing is that the details that you fill in when you're registering your account are actually authenticated with what is already existing in the back office system. So there is certainly no room for error in that. Also, people ask, what if someone changes my details? someone is changing the details that I used to access, they can change my contact details, they can change my bank account details. The systems that we have provide for real-time alerts to you and also to the firm whenever any change is done.
So you are in the know?
Yes, you are in the know. Okay. So there's nothing that will happen that you don't know. People would maybe ask, what about if someone uses my valid documents to be able to make changes in the account? Say an ID number. What we do and what the system is able to do is, well, you'll have an original ID, but we will also check it against the government database just to ensure that even if I took your ID as Mbithe and it is a genuine document, we will be able to check whether this document is actually valid in terms of, has it been reported lost or is it actually you? So you can sit relaxed that everything end to end is actually secure. Wow. People ask about passwords.
Yes, passwords is a key thing.
Exactly, because nowadays passwords are easy to crack. You know, anyone can get some online thing that will be able to crack or guess, or the things that we install on our devices have a way of skimming and, you know, saving those passwords. As an industry, we are already discussing on two-factor authentication. Now, this is what that means, that yes, someone can compromise your password, they'll have it. But before they use that to log in, you will be able to receive a message so that you can actually certify that it is you actually who's trying to log in.
Okay.
And we've seen this work in other sectors, and we are saying, again, in this sector, ensuring that end-to-end is covered, that area is also fully covered.
Okay.
The notifications that I just talked about, yes, so you'll know anything that is happening in your trading account.
Yes.
And another advantage, obviously, the safety part of it. What is happening right now with the pandemic certainly is not good at all, and you know, our kind thoughts go out to everyone who's affected. But again, this one now comes in handy to be able to allow you to minimize movement, to be able to keep away from people, from surfaces, so that at the comfort of wherever you are, you can be able to trade.
So it does sound like a lot of work has gone through in terms of thinking and implementing security features just to enhance the accessibility and transfer of funds, as well as the holding, the custody of the assets. Could you briefly walk us through how would I be able to facilitate? No, first and foremost, can I open an account using this app? And then how do I facilitate payments, and who holds my assets once I've already bought shares on the securities exchange?
Thank you so much for your question. Yes, indeed. So as I had mentioned, different firms are at different levels of implementing, and as an industry, we will try certainly to get everyone on the same basic level. But yes, it is true and it is possible that now you can open your account from wherever you are. We've been working with regulators who have allowed eKYC, the know your client details, so that wherever you are, you should be able to upload your documents, they get authenticated, and you can be able to open your account. Now, this currently is possible on the mobile app, the resident mobile app, and we have plans certainly to launch that as well on the online share trading platform, which is the web-based platform.
All right.
Yeah.
And then how would payments be made? Do I transfer money into this, my account on my NSE app, or do I transfer M-Pesa from my account to the stockbroker's account? How does it work? How do I fund my account?
The process is like this. So for banking, you should be able to transfer money from your bank and to your mobile money wallet and to your broker, because remember that your account still resides with your broker.
Okay.
So could do that directly to your broker or to your mobile money and then to the broker. And because it's real time, obviously you'll be able to see it in your statement. And the same thing applies reverse. So from your app, you should be able to initiate a payment request. And once you initiate your payment request, again, your money will flow the same way.
Okay, that's good. And then the final part would be, say I buy X shares, I buy some shares on the NSE, and I get a confirmation. Do I get a real-time confirmation once the execution is done?
Yes.
And where do these assets sit then? Do they sit on my NSE app with the Nairobi Securities Exchange, or do they sit with my stockbroker, or do they sit with CDSC?
So everything remains as it is right now in terms of how your assets trade. The only change, which is really good here, is that now you're able to transact on this end, but the way you normally purchase and buy settlement period, that hasn't been affected at all. So this just gives you ease of access to be able to transact, as opposed to previously when you had to depend on the
So effectively what this does, it's changed the front end process of trading, and it's just given me a basic platform that says, rather than going through the different steps that you were doing before, here's one step that we have reduced, and then the back end just remains as is. Okay, that's a good explanation. Dominic, please take us through what the investor benefits of going digital, where the hashtag is investing goes digital. What does this mean for me? Why should I even care as a retail investor in Kenya, for example?
Yes, we've just talked about quite some wonderful benefits that, as an investor, this sounds like the right time to get in. And let me just talk a little bit about how you can be able to get in right now. Because a lot of people are asking, so how do I come in? Where do I fit in? How do I go from here?
Okay.
If you already have an existing CDSC account and you're already on one of these platforms, then you're good to go, because then you have access to all these benefits that we've been talking about. If you have an active account and you're not on this online platform, this should be the time, because then when you get to the NSE app and get to your broker or brokers that you're using, you should be able to now get hold of your investment account and manage it. If you have a CDSC account and probably for some reason here and there it has been dormant, maybe because of the market, or maybe because, well, that tedious process of trying to follow up with your broker, what you can do is you get in there. And now, because you have all these details with you, it's very easy for now to make, right now, to start getting active and seeing where you stopped from and making your,
Actually, that's a very good point you bring out. Let me interject. Most people I speak to do not remember their CDSC number. They're like, mimi nilinunua Safaricom shares. Ulinunua na broker mgani? Sikumbuki. CDS account yako ni? Sikumbuki. How would these people be helped? Can they be helped by this platform?
Yes, they can be helped with this platform. So what the CDSC has done, and a wonderful project that you're still working on right now, is that they are really cleaning up the data that they have been holding over the years. And at least if you can just remember your broker, you can visit your broker, and with your details, probably they'll ask you to update your details so that they just ensure that you're free to trade. And there you go. That will be very easy.
It doesn't answer still. If you can't remember. Okay, let me answer it. Maybe what we should do is probably find out who did the most placements for Safaricom retail, because it's a common question. And whereas maybe a year or two ago, you could actually send an SMS to CDSC to find out what your details are, I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
You may not remember a lot of things. You may not remember your broker, you may not remember your CDS number, but at least you know your ID. Yes, exactly, you know your ID. If you query that with the CDSC, they'll be able to route you to your broker.
Okay.
And even if you go and try to register a new account, that database will show you if this ID has been registered with which broker.
Okay, and at least that's one less headache.
Yes, and you're set to go.
All right.
And even those who have never traded on the market, this is the time.
This is a good time.
People have been hearing about this stock market, what is it all about, and as you say, this so-called Lahisa, what's going. This is the time. You just come, get on board, and sign up. And a wonderful time, because now it's even easy. So just with an app, you will just navigate, you get your broker,
and you're good to go.
Yes.
Okay, so very exciting times. So now you're walking me through the investor benefits. You've walked me through who should open, whether you're an existing or an old client, and how do you reactivate your engagement with this particular market. So for somebody who doesn't have an existing market, and you have rightfully said there are many people who are always asking, hii NSE ni nini? What happens there? What are the benefits of these people downloading this app? What does this portend for them?
They will be able to take advantage of this market and actually trade and invest in it. So talking about that, let me just take you a little bit about the bigger picture and how the industry is set to benefit. Our market, as you can understand, well, they say numbers don't lie, and we look at a lot of data and we see that our industry is a lot foreign and institution driven. And as an industry, we've been asking ourselves, why is it so? What are they seeing that we are not seeing? Why are we not getting involved and taking advantage of our own market right here, even as retail? And we look at lots of things. Is it our investment culture? Well, I don't know. Not highly unlikely. Is it probably access? And probably, talking from a tech perspective, I could say probably we are not giving as much access as possible. So what this app and what this launch of direct market access and this self-service platform presents is an opportunity to be able to open up this space to the mass out there. Let them see what this stock market is. How can they get involved? How can they actually make money out of it? If the rest are investing and they are getting returns, then certainly everyone else should be. So this presents a lot of opening up, and that's where we are very excited to get this digital platform going tomorrow.
So that's the thing here is access. So whereas you used to hear about it, now if you don't do anything about it, it's really up to you because it's on your phone.
Exactly.
It's on your phone.
Yes.
Okay. What about the industry-wide benefits? And sorry, before you answer that, allow me to take us on a break. We take a short break. If you are or interested in investing in the NSE, this is a conversation we're having today ahead of tomorrow's launch of the NSE app. This app is a gateway to the Nairobi Securities Exchange, allowing you to be able to buy or sell shares off your mobile phone. You can reach out to us on 20146 if you have any questions, or alternatively, you can reach out to us on our social media platforms. That's at Metropole TV on either Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or you can directly reach out to me. That's at Mbithe Mwema. We take a short break. We will be back in a few.